What's going on YouTube? This is the Dark Lord Destro. Make another video. This is going to be an interesting video because of what has transpired recently. Right now I'm just sitting down on my couch, getting dressed, getting ready for work. And it's just crazy how things work in this world. Just to let people know what's going on in case you don't unaware, is that last night I woke up from a nap and I check online. I'm being told that a particular person is not only talking smack about me, but is telling people to come to him if you want a legit team when it comes to all pro football. And I'm like, okay. And I go to the person, to the source, because, it could be hearsay, although the source was very credible. I go to the person to see if it's true. This person deletes me off his friends list. I'm like, okay. Then, out of the blue, out of nowhere, he started sending me messages talking about, this quarterback in this game got this speed, therefore RG3 shouldn't have this speed, that and forth and the other. Once again, I'm like, okay. Now, I invited him to the party. He did not go into the party. He just sent me messages. I always want to address two things. One, about the speed, the issue of speed. You might as well call this part 2 or whatever, or a real talk session. I don't know what I'm going to name it. Here's the thing. When I made that video about speed, the reason why I put RG3 at 90 is to try to replicate him from close to NFL as possible. When he comes out of the pocket, I want him to show at least a sample of the speed that he has when he comes out of the pocket. And when I made that video, that was prior to me finding out or discovering what unknown 29 meant in the All-Pro editor, which means the scrambling ability. So then, once I discovered it, I gave him 90, the same scrambling number as Randall Cunningham in the game, but I put his speed down to 84 because I was souping my team up, or I was hexing my team according to TJ Speaks standards for the league. And that was that number right there that I adjusted, not the 84 speed, but the 90 quarterback scrambling ability. When I adjusted the speed, he came out like the real RG3. So therefore, I was able to scale that speed down. You say, well, Randall Cunningham, that was the only reason why I put it in 90. You say Steve Young and this way. Well, we can get into 40 speed time. I looked it up. Steve Young's 40 time, his rookie year was 4.5. RG3 was what, a 4.2 something, 4.3 something? I mean, regardless, that is my reasoning. Okay? The way I see it is this. I'm no different making these teams and evaluating players. I am no different than the guy working for EA Sports doing the Madden. The only difference between him and I is that he gets a paycheck and a W-2 form from EA Sports and I don't. Other than that, he's a football fan just like I am. I look at my team, I look on the field, I look what they can and can't do. I hex my team accordingly. I even lowered my hands to my defensive backs not to accommodate, but to reflect how they do in real life. Their tackling abilities were lowered because they can't tackle for crap in real life. So I have it reflect on the game. Name one person online that does that. I don't think you'll find 5 people. Alright. The biggest issue, more than the speed, it comes back to my number 2 point. My number 2 point is a bigger issue. For what it appears, it seems like, and I'm not trying to dog this person out, but you got an issue against me that I don't know what it is. I don't really care, but I'm going to address it. because I can understand that you played against my RG3 and I ran the ball and rushed 200 some yards against you. I can understand you being upset and heated and angry and mad at me for deleting me, for talking smack about me, sending a mass message to people, which was verified by a handful of people. I can understand that. But the fact that I haven't played against you with that Redskin team in probably, over a month and a half, maybe 2 months, that this came out of nowhere. The last conversation we had was, on Sunday or Monday? About that video that I made about the issue of speed. And yet, you go on this rant. So, I don't know I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I want to believe you should be checked for being bipolar. And I'm not laughing here, and I'm being serious. And I'm not being disrespectful. This person needs to be checked for bipolar. For being bipolar. I think you have a disease. Because you have a proven track record of these, these off the wall, these tirades that you go on, and then you want to come back and say, oh, I'm sorry. Let's recap here. Okay. You called Benny, and by the way, I'm not going to mention his real name, but his old screen name was MiamiHeatFan 88 or something like that. Okay. This is what you did. You first called Benny a nigger, not once, but twice, and used that strong ER too, with that old deep southern accent that you have. Okay. And Benny didn't talk to you for a while, rightfully so. And let me remind you and other folks, who was the one who's told Benny, look, man, give the guy a second chance, he apologized, you don't have to forgive him just now, but, let's move on. It was me. Because I'm thinking, you know what? People slip up, whatever. You was in the heat of the moment. I gave you a pass for that. Me as a black person myself gave you a pass. Okay. Let's also keep in mind that you said to Ed Dog to go back where you came from. I think you said something else, but what I recall, and I was in the party at the time, not when you said it, but when I called you out on it, or someone called you out on it, that you told Ed Dog to go back where he came from because Ed Dog Hispanic. I guess you're assuming Ed Dog was born elsewhere. I don't know if he was born here or elsewhere, but that's regardless of that. The fact is that now that's 2 strikes to where you have said something racially motivated. The third thing was that you mentioned something, and somebody else verified this, that you was talking about Asian people. And so now that's 3 strikes against you when it comes to racially motivated messages. Okay? Fast Dictator, I'm assuming he's Caucasian. You went off on him. It wasn't racially motivated, but the fact that since he disagreed with you, you just went off on him. And then you come crawling back asking people to be friends with you. And to me, the world doesn't work like that all the time. You can't just come out of pocket and just and talk smack on people and have basically a race-motivated hate speech that you spew out, and then you want people to forgive you. It doesn't work that way. So I think you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. But I just think that it's a damn shame that you have to stoop to your level, to the levels that you're doing. And like I said, if you got an issue against me, you need to address it. The fact that you could have been like this. Now, this is what B.A. Boswick and It's a New Day, this is what they've done when they played against my teams, let's say almost 3 years ago when I was starting to learn the hex, and I had dudes that were over-hexed, not intentionally, but I was just trying to put numbers in and figure out stuff. I had Boswick that said that, Jermaine, even It's a New Day at one point, they recently said, Jermaine, your guys are a little bit too fast for the position. Your tight ends are like that. That I go on a tirade. Was I mad and angry? I respect those gentlemen's opinions. So what I realized that yes, they're right, and I need to adjust the guys. There was a guy when I made a video a year and a half ago when I mentioned RG3 having a speed of 90. He said, I think that that he's a little bit too much for the way the game, the mechanics of the game. And I said, yes, I agree. I had him at 95 at first or 99. I adjusted him down to 90. He had a point. The issue is, why couldn't you have done the same? Why couldn't you pull me aside or receive a message like, well, I think, I think that your RG3 is a little bit too fast for the mechanics of the game. I'm like, okay, I respect your opinion. I don't have to agree, but I can respect your opinion. But for the simple fact you don't agree with what my video says and you just want to delete people. And me personally, I don't care to delete me. It's whatever. You do you, and I'm going to do me. And that's the way I look at it. But those two gentlemen and the guy on the YouTube, reply to my YouTube, they're grown men. And obviously, you're not a grown man, so therefore you're not approach me as such. You can call that a diss. You call it what you want. But that's just real talk. Because you have a track record of acting a fool when people don't agree with you or things don't go your way. You have the right to disagree. You're just another cat on the internet just like myself. We're no special. We're not different than anybody else. But the fact you go on a tirade over a video that wasn't directed towards you at all. It was just talking about speed in general. You need to check yourself. You've got issues. And I just went on here and blocked you. Not because I'm afraid of you, because obviously when I went to the party last night, you was in there for a good 2.5 minutes before you stepped out. Because I'm going to treat you like a child, and as such. My 12-year-old daughter is old enough to know that when there's an issue, she comes to her father and says, what's going on? And you did not come to me like a grown man and say, disagree or agree. The issue is not that I disagree with you. That's not even an issue at all. You have your opinion, I have mine, but the simple fact that you take me off your friends list, you go behind my back, and this comes out of thin air, out of nowhere. And like I said earlier in this video, it'd been different if I would have approached you in a particular way, or I would have played you and cheesed on you. They're not going to understand your venom that you're spewing against me. But to come out of the blue, and here I am taking a nap, and I wake up, and all of a sudden I get bombarded by all this stuff. I can't help you, man. That stuff like that. You need, I don't know if you need a hug, a role model, Jesus, some medicine, Ritalin. I don't know. I don't know what you need. So, that's all I'm going to say on that. I'm about to get ready and go to work. But and anyone can vouch for me. My whole goal for the NFL, for all pro football, any editor, is to extend the life of it and to make the game as close to the NFL as possible. Okay? You say he's not that fast. Madden has his 95. You tell me, oh, well, you can't compare Madden to this game, but yet you want to compare a speed of a basketball game or a player of a basketball game comparing to RG3. You used the analogy of, well, Greg Oden in 2K8 was rated 83 overall, but in 2K12 he was 63. Okay, you say, well, RG3 was hurt coming to the season, hurt, so therefore he shouldn't be in what he been. First of all, motherfucker, number two, excuse my language, I do what the hell I want to. Number two, the dude at EA Sports felt that, oh, well, that's irrelevant because we got him as 91 speed. So, like I said, I mean, I'm gonna end it here. I don't know what's motivating you. I don't know what's your agenda. I don't know what issues you have. Obviously, you didn't go the mature route of addressing it. Instead of acting like a damn child, you act like a damn child and doing some old sneak tip stuff. Then it's all good. I blocked you. I don't have to deal with you because, like I said, when you kept sending me messages, I'm like, obviously, I told him, I said, I don't have anything else to say to you because obviously you got something against me. I've offended you or you done something to me, and you can't address to a grown man. You want to send messages. You want to avoid me. And it took me leaving a party to go play 2K5. Then I get a phone call on my house phone saying that, oh, he's back in the party. You left and now he's in. And that's when I came back in. You leave 2.5 minutes later. So, This is the Dark Lord signing off. I'm getting ready to go to work. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.